Hi, and welcome to another episode of our fantastic The Low Carb Universe 2019 speaker interviews. And today I am so excited to have someone very special with me here today, which is, of course, Dr. Ian Lake from the UK. Hi, Ian.
Hi, Hannah. How are you? Good?
I'm good. How are you?
Nice to be here. Great.
Nice to be here in GP land, did you say?
Absolutely, 100%.
That's fantastic. Well, Ian and I actually have something very much in common. Apart from sharing the speaker stage at the Low Carb Universe later this year, we also both live with type 1 diabetes.
That's right. I developed type 1 25 years ago now, so I'm technically a LADA, latent autoimmune diabetes of adulthood.
Exactly.
But I still take insulin. I have no insulin in my body, which I've had measured, and no C-peptide. So I'm definitely a latent immune diabetic.
Yeah, those pancreatic cells are a little bit, or those beta cells are a little bit lazy in me too.
They certainly are.
I think they should get their job together. Anyway, so Ian, what is it that you do?
I'm a GP. That's my full-time job, and yeah, I work in Gloucestershire as a locum GP because I'm trying my very best to promote low carb in type 1 elsewhere.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. They need it, or we need it. So what is your sort of clinical experience of using low carb or real food ways of eating with your patients?
Well, I'm very lucky in Gloucestershire. We have quite an active low carb practice, which I work at quite a lot. And I mean, personally, I've been low carb now in the ketogenic range for about 4 years. But I'm very lucky in that I'm able to promote low carb within the type 2 pre-diabetes and type 1 community within a general practice setting. So that's a privilege, really, because it's not that common at this moment in time in this part of the world. But hopefully things are growing and the word is spreading. And we're getting a lot of success. So fingers crossed that things will progress more and more as time goes on. And
yeah, it's really fantastic to I just hear the sort of the N equals one sort of stories, but it's just astonishing to see what real food can do for a something like diabetes.
It's ridiculously crazy that we are getting such good results that officially, although guidelines are changing, we must be fair, that that people aren't sort of sitting up and taking notice. If you could bottle nutrition as a tablet, it would be a world bestseller, wouldn't it? It's such a good way of treating pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and such an excellent way of managing type 1 diabetes. I mean, there's nothing more pleasurable for me than watching a patient come in beaming sort of to tell me their latest good results. And it's lovely to see every single day you get someone who's doing really well, possibly coming off medication, or with type 1, just getting really good control, which is lovely to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine. And it must be the most rewarding part, actually, of living in GP land.
Well, I think that's what we all signed up to do, isn't it? So yeah. to actually start reaping those sort of rewards is fantastic, you know, and all for the sake of a tiny change in nutrition and diet. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's true. And what about your personal experience with low carb? I know that you've done also a lot of other lifestyle changes, like exercising, perhaps. But what kind of a role has low carb played for you?
Well, for me personally, it's been life transforming because the first 20 years of my 25 years of type 1, I was on a high carb diet. So I was chasing the carbs with insulin. And to be fair, I'm not the best diabetic in the world. I'm a bit lazy and a bit normal, I suppose, in that sense, like most other people. So it was always difficult getting good control. If you weren't swinging upwards, you were going down. And, you know, every type 1 listening will understand that. I'd read Richard Bernstein's book about a year before, and I put it down because I thought, no, that's a little bit too much fat in there for my tastes. You know, it's a little bit too restrictive. But as time goes on, you know, you get the soft signs of type 1 diabetes. You get the postural hypotension, the feeling dizzy, brain fog, joint pains, all those sort of things that we don't really talk about. And it got to the stage where I thought, well, I've got absolutely nothing to lose here. Just see how things go. And the great thing about managing type 1 with a low carb diet is you get results from the first day you try it.
Yeah.
And I was very lucky to have a continuous glucose monitor. So from having relatively poor control, I got good results from day one. And of course, there's nothing more motivating than getting good results and instant feedback. So from then on, I haven't looked back, and things have improved year by year. And I'm so lucky now to have a normal glucose control and a normal HbA1c for the last 4 years. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is very, very, again, rewarding, but it is a phenomenal feeling. And just, if nothing else, to prove everyone else wrong. That yes, it is possible to have normal glycemic numbers as a type 1. And it is normal to have normal A1Cs.
Absolutely. And that's our mission, isn't it? To say, this is what you can do. If people want to take it on, that's entirely up to them. But to miss out on it would be such a disappointment. So my mission is to reach all 40 million type 1s and tell them this is available, and then let them choose it if they want to do so.
Yeah, then we really have a common cause, because that is my thing as well, that I really want, even if they don't take it on and they don't do anything with it, at least so that they know there is that option and there is something to do when you've tried everything by the book, and there is that still another way to do it.
Absolutely. It probably won't suit everyone's lifestyle, but
No.
it could be made available for information, and that's the great thing about sharing information amongst fellow type 1s and healthcare professionals, I guess.
Exactly. Fantastic. So, what are your expectations for the Low Carb Universe 2019?
Well, I'm so looking forward to sharing my experiences of being a type 1. But the great thing about these sort of conferences is you meet so many people, and you go away with far more knowledge and also inquiry than you ever set out to achieve. So, you'll find people who are doing things in a slightly different way, and you'll need to explore that avenue. And meeting other people, networking with other people, you make so many great friends at conferences. But the key thing is sharing information and gaining more and more knowledge, because even though I'm doing reasonably well with my low carb lifestyle, there's so much more to learn, and we've got years to go yet. I mean, I need another life to actually to recoup some of the losses I've had from my past not paying attention to low carb. It's going to be great. Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, it's always so important to sort of enrich our toolboxes when it comes to, well, lifestyle management, but also diabetes management, right? And that's what we can learn from others.
That's a great word. Yeah, enrich the toolbox. That's what I was trying to say. You did it so succinctly.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, Ian. And I can't wait to welcome you to Mallorca. And if you want to join Ian, myself, and everyone else in Mallorca in November, go to www.thelowcarbuniverse.com and get your ticket today. I'll see you soon, Ian.
Thanks. Bye now. See you soon. Look forward to it. Bye.